Okay, in this quick video, what I wanted to show you is the ability to have bespoke research. This is something that is unique to what I'm doing with 80/20. I'm trying to get out there that what's important is doing research, and there's research is always hidden behind some sort of salesman in the investment world. And what I'm trying to do is link people up with people like me who have a passion for investment research and are trying to deliver that to the wider masses. And one of the things that I do is research and insight. And if you go into the area here, research and insight, what you'll find is that on I don't just obsess about momentum. Momentum is one area. Now I realise that people might use it on a tiny part of their portfolio, or they might want to use it on a large chunk. But what I'm doing is there's a quantitative part of what we do, which is the algorithms that we've built and own, and then there's also the qualitative, the sort of stuff as you'll see here that the Telegraph, the Times, all the leading newspapers ask me for my input in. For example, will there be a Santa rally? These these are unique pieces that some of the comments may appear in the national press, but as 80/20 investors, you get the full warts and all. For example, here, what are the best contrarian plays right now? This one here, I'll do the Santa Rally one as it's topical at the time this video was actually created. But the Santa Rally happens at the end of every year, supposedly, but there's a lot of myth around what actually occurs. So what I wanted to do is analyse it. What are the chances of a Santa Rally? Does it exist? So what I did was analyse 20 years of stock market movements in the UK and in the US. And you can see the level of detail that what I go into. Typically, I will end up analysing hours and hours of data, crunching with the software that I buy from institutionally that cost me thousands a year, and it could take me 2 days to come up with a research answer. And the point of what I do, which was behind 80/20 and behind every piece of research, is not to start with an idea but investigate. And that's what's brilliant. You could investigate something and it doesn't really come to a conclusion, but that's okay because you're testing theories. So you'll see here, you get this as an 80/20 investor. Every month you'll get articles that will be included in the monthly newsletter and the weekly newsletter. Now I'll come on to those in the next video, and again, there's something that I think is unique and interesting because that's where I also teach you how to become better DIY investors. So these unique bits of research that are only available to 80/20 investors are worth the small price that you end up paying anyway on their own, in my opinion, because you're eventually got a research department working for you, which would have cost you sort of 5, 6 figures a year. But what's actually exciting is if you guys want to have bespoke research, then this is where what nobody else is really offering. I want people to engage with this as a community. So if you go onto our contact page and you decide that you want to, you're interested in something else that you want, and you put in your email, it may be which funds should I buy to take advantage, see if I can type, of a strong dollar. And then you click submit. And that is a piece of research that people would do in-house for whether it's a wealth manager or a discretionary manager or a decent sort of IFA, but most don't. That's the problem with IFAs. They don't have people who are experts at investment. And what I would do, if enough people ask me the same question, that would become a strong research piece, which I would spend days actually formulating, and then it would come to you guys in the online in the latest article area, 80/20 articles, and then you may link to it from the newsletters. But this is what it is. Think of 80/20 Investor being your own bespoke investment research department where you guys can actually ask for your own bits and pieces to be investigated. And if enough people do it, then that's the power of it. We can, as a community, build and share expertise, and particularly tap into my expertise as a research expert. But one of the things I want to pull out is a lot of the quantitative stuff that's on 80/20 Investor is related to growth investors, and there's a whole world out there of income investors, and we're going to, it's very exciting, produce new areas of that homepage with the red boxes where we're going to have things that are based around income investors. I mean, and we're going to show you how to find the best funds for income, things around what the expertise from fund managers and actually sort of seeing what they're doing, and whatever you guys would like, I can create it. For example, here I've done a piece on are bonds a good source of income? If so, which, and the sort of detail that goes in here. I'll analyse every income producing fund out there. Look at what sort of yields can you expect. Allow you to analyse these, because what happens is, what good is that going to the likes of Morningstar or whoever and it's finding a yield figure? That doesn't mean anything. So what we want to do is actually give you some sort of sense of what's good, what's bad, and allow you make an investment decision. So it can be anything you want that we can investigate. It could be macro stuff, it could be micro in terms of fund level. But whatever you want, then ask the question, because then you can get the maximum value for your few pounds a week. Also, ask yourself the question, why would you pay £10, £15 a week to buy a national newspaper to read the money section where they ask me my opinion on all these matters, and as you will see, I'll use a lot of the research that I do to fill their stories, when you can ask me directly and have bespoke research or whatever and analyse and my analysis, you could have that directly straight from the horse's mouth for less money a week.